Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about NotebookLM, which is a new AI tool by Google that's built to help you research, read, learn better, and it's all the rage among students right now. It actually came out a few months ago, and Tiago Fort did a really good video about it. But it's since developed a lot new features, and the most recent feature being the podcasting feature, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. So, buckle in. Let's talk about Notebook LM. Say you want to understand finance better, okay? You want to understand how to invest better, and you look up, um, you ask ChatGPT to tell you some advice that Monica Halan has. Uh, they're going to give you very limited advice, but if you are able to share this entire book with a local LLM that sits on your computer, uh, you'll be able to go really deep into very specific examples, and it's really beautiful how it works. So let's dive in. Go to notebooklm.google.com. Here you can see a few example notebooks that explain how to use this platform. See the invention of the bulb, for instance. You can start chatting with, there's a Q&A, there's a chatting sort of feature here, and you can ask questions and it will refer to all the documents that have been uploaded here and open our own notebook. So I have a new notebook here. I haven't named it yet, but I'm going to upload. So I've been trying to read Monica Halan's Let's Talk Money for a while now. I am halfway through. I'm on page 79, but while it's a very well-written book, she's a brilliant writer and it's really simple to read. I typically find the topic a little dry for my taste. So today I'm going to use AI to sort of read this book. Anyway, I picked the book. Here's a PDF. I'm going to call it Reading. I think this was very fast. The speed at which it gave me the summary, the speed at which it gave me suggested questions. So if I'm starting from a very clueless place, it really helps me understand what are the typical questions I can get started with, and then it can sort of become a chat. In order to read this book better, first I want to read a table of contents and see the overall chapter summary. So I'm going to start with that. When I clicked on table of contents, it I don't need to give it a prompt that okay, here's a PDF. Give me the table of contents for this PDF for this book. I just have to click this button and it has custom prompts already written inside, and it just immediately creates a note for me. There you go. My index is ready. So it breaks down the forward, the main topics inside the forward, the money box metaphor, the three bucket system, emergencies need a fund, insurance is not an investment. It breaks down all the chapters and the sub chapters inside it. And this is a great way to sort of get started. Say I want to start with understanding debt funds. Okay. Let me close this note and I can then ask questions to Notebook about debt funds. So tell me about debt funds and what are some common mistakes people make while investing in them. Now it's going to refer to just this PDF, not anywhere outside, which is great because there's so much advice about debt funds out there, but I only want to know what Monica is saying. So here's what she explains about it: mismatching the common mistakes, mismatching investment horizon and fund tenure, ignoring credit risk, chasing returns and ignoring fund portfolio, treating debt funds as a risk free. Uh, these are the common mistakes. She's explained what they are. Now, I want to understand a little more about investment horizon, what my investment horizon should be as a 30-year-old. So I'll just ask, I am a 30-year-old. What should my investment horizon be? How can There you go. Determine your investment horizon at 30. First, it explains what it means. Then it helps me how to identify my goals for short, medium, and long term. Factor in the risk tolerance. Uh, very specific advice. And for example, don't it says prioritize retirement savings, and I think it's hogwash to think about retirement at 30. Hypothetically, I know it's not. So I can just click on 10 and it'll take me exactly to the part where it talks about retirement. I have to go to this opens up the book and where exactly it talks about retirement. You need to have an eye on your retirement purpose, even as you build funds for your kids' education and marriage, a good value system, blah, 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 blah. It becomes really easy to deep dive into specific parts and read the book. Now I can just continue chatting. So since we're at what a 30-year-old should do, I'll say what is the author's suggested asset allocation for a 30-year-old, and it will give me an answer. Say I am a beginner in terms of investing. I have a life and health insurance plan in place. I own some gold. However, I want to start investing for my wedding. I will start investing in 6 months. I can spare a month. How should I invest? Now, I've mentioned this because I know if I mention that I'm a beginner investor, the first thing Monica is going to recommend is get my insurances in place because uh, they're most important. So, investing for a wedding in 6 months, it really breaks down a plan based on the book. And now I want to show you the podcast feature, which is really taken the world by a storm. There are, in fact, YouTube channels cropping up because now it's become incredibly easy to create podcasts with um, a source PDFs, a source blog. Of course, 11 Labs, etc., existed earlier, but that still required some amount of work. You're going to see literally how easy it is to create a podcast episode from this book. I have a few friends who really spend a lot of time commuting and they end up listening to a lot of podcasts, and that's how they get most of their information. So, if you're somebody like that, uh, here's how to create a podcast episode from Okay, I'm going to say audio overview, deep dive conversation, two hosts. Right now, this feature is very new. So there's a limit in terms of the language. It's English only, it's two hosts only, and they don't really let you pick a topic. But I'm going to click on generate and we're going to see what podcast it generates for me. There you go. It took a few minutes, and I have the podcast here now. I'm going to clip it right after this sentence ends, so you can see what it sounds like.
Okay, so today we're really diving deep into Monica Hillen's Let's Talk Money. And I have to say, reading this book,
Yeah.
it's like having a financial advisor like perched on your shoulder,
Right.
whispering all this financial wisdom.
Yeah.
But instead of making you read the whole thing, we're gonna extract all those like juicy bits for you.
Yeah, the best parts.
Yeah, and tailor them for like, your financial life.
Yeah, and I think the best
The podcast hosts sound extremely natural. So, not for a minute does it feel like this is the text to speech feature. It does sound like an actual podcast. Uh, B, they have picked up quotes from the book. Like, I recognized a lot of sentences right from the book because I've also like read the book to some degree. I was able to recognize those sentences. So, it's great that they are able to identify those sentences and really package them in a very entertaining way. The best part about Notebook LM is that you can upload up to 50 sources, and each source can itself be like a 300-word book. Go out there, have fun, happy experimenting. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.